So if you're just joining, this is Max Goldberg from LivingMaxwell.com. Make sure you're following me on Periscope, Living Maxwell. And LivingMaxwell.com. Hey, Tyler, you got a fan from Vancouver there.
Nice.
So, Alabama. Hey, Sherry. So, Tyler is the CEO and co-founder of a really, really cool company called Runa. And aside from that, he's also a fellow Brown University alum. So I'm really happy to have him on board. Toronto, Whole Food Market supplier, Pennsylvania. So Tyler, can you tell everyone out there who's not familiar with Runa, what is Runa tea?
Yeah, so Runa is made with an Amazonian tea called guayusa. We source a rare kind of tea from Ecuador that's been revered by native communities for thousands of years in the jungle. This leaf called guayusa has a few really interesting properties. First, it has as much caffeine as coffee. It has double the antioxidants of green tea, and it doesn't have tannins, so it makes a very smooth taste and naturally sweet flavor. So really great product. My friend Dan and I started the company partnering with these native farming families in Ecuador, and we now sell the product in a few thousand stores nationwide through glass bottles, cans, loose leaf tea, and tea bags.
Did you guys start it at Brown, or did you start it right after Brown?
We did. We wrote our business plan our last semester in college, and then bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, 2 days after graduating, moved down to Ecuador to build the supply chain in partnership with the native farming families there.
So what was it that, why did you start this? What did you see down there that you thought this could be a business?
So we started with the social mission. We recognized that these native communities really struggle to support their families, and they're having to cut down hardwood trees to get money to send their kids to school and feed their families. So we wanted to find a way that could be more robust, sustainable source of income, and in that we found guayusa. With its product attributes, the flavor, the energy, we saw a great market for people wanting healthier energy sources, and we also could build the supply chain in a way that would support farming families. Yeah.
Okay, so let's make it really clear here. Guayusa, G-U-A-Y-U-S-A, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so just repeat again, what Guayusa has double the amount of caffeine as coffee?
So as much caffeine as a cup of coffee.
Okay,
so
as much caffeine
as
as
source
coffee.
Of energy.
Okay.
It has double the antioxidants of green tea. It's very rich in polyphenols and chlorogenic acids.
Okay.
The effect that I found, I'm personally very caffeine sensitive, and it's one of the reasons I fell in love with the product. Coffee makes me a bit jittery and a bit anxious. I found the energy from guayusa to be very smooth, very sustained, and doesn't have any edginess to it. And that's largely due from the polyphenols and other compounds.
Awesome. Hey, Greg from San Diego. Good seeing you. Thanks for being on again. So with Runa, talk about what is going, because one of the things for me that is incredibly compelling about a lot of the companies in the organic food space is what they're doing from a social mission perspective. And there might not be any, Runa is at the absolute top of the list in terms of the impact they're having in the local community and the social mission level. So can you tell everyone what you are doing in Ecuador and how are you impacting the community down there?
Definitely. It's one of the things we're most proud of is the impact we have on farming families. So at this point, we support over 3,000 indigenous Quechua farming families in the Amazon. They grow the guayusa in the rainforest, so it's a way for them to have an economic incentive to keep the rainforest intact. We have the biggest reforestation program in the upper Amazon in Ecuador. We planted over 1.2 million trees to date with a lot of support from the MacArthur Foundation and World Wildlife Fund and great organizations believing in the innovation and the impact. So it's really nice to know that every bottle of Runa we sell and a consumer enjoys is directly creating income for the indigenous farming families.
That's super cool. So when you go to the market and you see the Runa bottles on the shelf, you know that for every purchase that, no, it's not yerba mate, Roxy, it's called guayusa, G-U-A-Y-U-S-A.
It's a great question because yerba mate is actually a cousin of guayusa. Guayusa is the Amazonian cousin of mate, which comes from further south in Argentina, Brazil, and surrounding areas. The biggest difference I found, also appreciating mate, is the flavor of guayusa is different. Mate has that bitter harshness, which can be really exciting, but is a little bit intense. Guayusa's flavor is very smooth. It's known for being exceptionally clean, a little bit sweet, and has similar functional properties to mate in the healthy energy.
It's very smooth.
Very smooth.
Yeah. So if you've got any questions for Tyler, or we'd love to know where you're watching from in the world, just type it in below. If you're just joining, this is Max Goldberg from LivingMaxwell.com. Make sure you're following me on Periscope, Living Maxwell. So Tyler, you brought a product. We'll show. Hello from Oregon. Why don't you show everyone the product you brought today?
So our half and half.
Okay.
One of our brand new products. One of the best features of guayusa is that it has that smooth base as we talked about. So with this, we mixed it with organic lemonade, and you get the bright tartness of the lemonade with the smooth notes of guayusa underneath. It's been a really popular product out of the gate, available in Whole Foods, online on Amazon, and a bunch of natural markets and Safeway as well.
And what other, because you started off with the loose leaf teas and the bags of teas. Will you be, and Natalie, hey Natalie, will you be bringing it to the UK?
We'd like to bring it to the UK. It's definitely one of our medium-term goals, but that'll probably be in the next couple years. In terms of another question we just saw about ethical sourcing practices.
Yeah.
So a big opportunity we had with guayusa was to build the entire supply chain around family farms, so which is incredibly rare in the tea world. Even among the small amount of tea that's fair trade certified, most of that actually comes from plantations. So we took the bold move to empower and support the farming families to grow all the guayusa, which is where it's produced from. In terms of scaling, it's why we put such an emphasis on the reforestation programs to ensure that the communities have enough guayusa trees to fulfill the demand that's growing for guayusa. So we put a lot of effort behind that, and through sustainable tree production, we've been able to really increase the volume. And also it's through consumer recognition. So the more that consumers appreciate, recognize, and value the fact that it comes from family farms, it's grown in the rainforest, it's organic, fair trade, non-GMO, that's the demand that will continue to support the ethics in the supply chain.
Is supply an issue, or can you, if the demand is there, you could just supply as much as you want and put more people to work?
Well, that's the goal. That's the goal, is per demand to continue investing in the communities and growing, which we have quite a lot. It is nice that guayusa trees are relatively easy to grow. We work in a quite remote part of the Amazon, so logistics and operations take quite a lot of attention. But it's one of the benefits is that as we grow, the solution to increase demand is to plant more trees, support more families, and continue growing the supply chain that way.
And one of the fascinating things about Runa is that one of your investors is the government of Ecuador.
Yeah, we got a lot of support from the government, who recognized the impact we were having in terms of employment and supporting farmers. So they decided to invest directly in our company in Ecuador to provide some growth capital to help us further the mission and grow the business.
That's pretty amazing. I think when you did it, you were one of 600 companies applied, and they picked you out of 600.
They did. Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Thank you.
Have you found people trying to circumvent your supply chain? Have you seen competitors trying to get guayusa from your suppliers?
So we've seen a lot of interest in guayusa. One of the things we do is wholesale guayusa to other companies. Food companies, beverage companies, tea companies, anybody who wants guayusa, we want to sell it to them. Per our mission of as much guayusa as we can source ethically, we want to get that out in the market. So there's a lot of rising demand for that, and we're partnering with a bunch of companies. Some great companies here in New York. Juice Press has great products.
Yep.
We partner with Mama Chia, Stash Tea, Hardy & Sons. A bunch of great companies have really good guayusa products.
Greg Fleischman asked about being a B Corp. I forget the exact question, but about, Can you speak to being a B Corp?
Yeah, so we're a B certified corporation.
Can you explain to people out there what is a B Corp?
So a B Corp is an organization, a nonprofit, which certifies companies' socially responsible business practices. So it's a way for us to show our partners and consumers that we as a company, not only in our sourcing practices like fair trade organic, but in how we operate, how we treat employees, how we're growing a business, that we have ethical standards and are socially responsible. So B Corp's a third-party certification, so that we're audited and we're inspected to make sure that we live up to the standards that we talk about.
Very, very cool. So Tyler, we're going to sign off in a minute now. Good. I'm glad that answered that for you, Greg. Good question. We're going to sign off now, but as I said in the beginning, we're going to be doing a giveaway. The three people with the most hearts Tyler's going to put together. How's Channing Tatum? Is he an investor, advisor? I know he was at Expo West at your booth, wasn't he?
Yeah, Channing Tatum's an investor and supporter of the brand. We're really grateful for his support. He's a Runa enthusiast, drinks lots of product, has been to Ecuador and has seen the impact of our work on the farmers, and is doing a lot to help spread the word and help us grow. So we're grateful for that.
Super cool. So the top three people with the most hearts, I will be contacting you on Twitter. So if you won, I will be contacting you, not to worry. And Tyler's going to put together a box of Runa drinks for you. And it's going to be unfortunately, it can only be for people in the U.S. Anything final you want to say to everyone out there, Tyler?
No, thank you everyone for your support, definitely of Runa, and for sustainable businesses in general. Continue to support organic and fair trade and good sourcing. Thank you.
And where can people find you?
People can find Runa online is easy through Amazon, Whole Foods, Safeway, a lot of the natural food stores, natural chains around the country. We have a store locator on our website at runa.org, runa.org.
Okay.
So type in your zip code and you can find a store nearby.
Awesome. Tyler,
Yeah.
it's great to have you on.
Thank you,
Always
Max.
always awesome to have a fellow Brown University alum on the show.
Thanks,
so thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your support. And Europe, not yet, right?
Not yet. Sorry. Soon.
Not yet. Soon. So this is Max Goldberg from LivingMaxwell.com. Make sure you follow me on Periscope, Living Maxwell. Regularly scheduled shows every Monday and Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And thank you so much for your support and for watching.
Thank you, everyone.
Take care. Bye-bye.